Hi, I hope you're well. So you're probably wondering, how can I make exercises personalized for me? Well, there's a simple way of understanding this, and it's to do with how we move in different planes of motion. So as you probably know from me now, we move in this forward and back plane, this side to side plane, and this rotational plane. And each plane requires different muscles and joints to work at different points in times. And sometimes certain muscles are working harder, and sometimes certain muscles are not working as hard. So let's take as an example a squat. So you can squat down in a normal squat position and you might have some knee pain and discomfort. But what if we try to tweak in and tweak out, or change the position of our feet? So if we try to turn the feet in and then did a mini squat, how does that feel? Pain or ease? When you turn your feet in, you actually load your gluteals a little bit more. You don't have to go so far, but you can just go little motion and check how you feel. You can turn your feet out and see how you feel. You can then put one foot in front of the other, so the left in front of the right, and see how you feel. You can do the right in front of the left and see how you feel. You can also go a wide stance, so this is in that side to side plane motion. Wide stance, see how you feel. And you can even go a narrow stance and see how you feel. Now you might find that 2 or 3 of those squats are actually comfortable and they're not as painful. Now what you can do now is change the heights a little bit. So for example, if you do have knee pain, going down too low might be a source of pain and discomfort. Yet you do still need to build up on the strength of these muscles around the knee and around the gluteal and hamstring area. So what can we do? Well, if we do, let's say a 10 foot in, let's say that was the most comfortable for you, and we did smaller squats but at a faster pace, can we still build the muscles? Yes. And are we getting the right motions in? Yes. Is it pain-free? Yes. And that might be similar for yours, might be 1 foot in front of the other. That feels more comfortable. Or is it wide stance that feels a lot more comfortable through the body? Where you find your pain-free zone is where you want to work on that. And then you can start to adapt and change the heights. So you might start going just a tad lower each time. Of course, if your feet turned in, you won't be able to go as far, but you can go a little bit lower and come back up, a little bit lower and come back up, and see how you get on. An alternative to that is to use your hand reaches. So let's say, for example, a squat down like that is painful. But what happens if we take our hands forward? Does that relieve the pain and discomfort? What if we take our hands above our head, where we're getting a bit more of the quads working? Does that relieve some of the symptoms? What about going in rotations as we squat down? Now you can see I'm not going into a full-blown squat, but I'm giving myself a little bit of momentum down towards the floor and seeing how those motions change. We could go side to side. Now you might be wondering, look at his knees, they're going everywhere. Well, in real life motion, your knees do go everywhere. Think about when you reach an object towards the floor, or think about when you're stepping off a curb, okay? Or think about when you're running and then changing direction. Your knee is going to shift and change into multiple different movements, and you require all of these muscles to work at the same time. Of course, during these particular exercises, if you do have pain and discomfort, make a note of them and then work on the successes to build towards the places where you're under pain and you have some discomfort.